Okay hand. Not enough land like I would want, but there's two drops. Play Acre Claw Mirror first, in case he has removal or a blocker. It's a better creature to have on the board first. The Necropede. Play Mimic Vat because I know you have a counter spell. I want to get it on the board. Because once it sticks, it's very hard for blue to deal with blue-white or blue-black control. Playing the Necropede knowing it's going to get countered, I want to remove some of those counter spells. So the Seagate Oracle is not going to be able to block well. If it blocks the Acre Claw Mirror, I could then use the Mimic Vat to get a card in my hand, which would be a good trade for him. Play the Contagion class in hopes to bring him down, remove the blocker. Got the land, hopefully he doesn't block. Because then I'll just play the land and I'll kill him the next 2 turns as I proliferate. So we get 2 more poison counters as well. Should be a good trade off for me. Proliferate is also very good against the Ratchet Bomb. You can proliferate at will and then take their counters above where you need to be, or take their counters above a critical status. So like me, I don't want his counters at 2, so he could take away my Throne of Geth or the Contagion class with 1 swoop. So I'm going to sacrifice the Mimic Vat, because the Mimic Vat will be 3, which will be the next set for the Ratchet Bomb, so it'll die anyway. I got 2 different ways to kill him, so it's hard for his Frost Titan to do it. I got 1 more turn and he's over with. So unless he comes up with something good, I can pretty much get him next turn. Alright, I need a land for this next turn to win. So hopefully that comes up. If not, I got 2 more turns for something. Here comes the land. So I'm sideboarding in 3 copies of Memoricide. This is the deal with his key threat cards, so that I can neuter his deck. I'm also adding 2 copies of Sadistic Sacrament. This is also to help neuter his deck and deal with any singletons that Memoricide wouldn't deal with. I'm adding 3 copies of Duress. This is a great card to deal with any control decks. I'm adding 2 copies of Tectonic Edge because control decks tend to be creature light and heavy on the non-basic lands. I'm going to side out 3 Disfigures as this card doesn't do nothing against the creatures in this deck. I'm also removing 3 Hand of Praetors, as surprisingly this card is ineffective against control decks. I'm removing 1 Ichor Claw Mirror and 1 Contagion class to make room for the cards that are needed to beat this deck. I'm removing 2 Quicksands as Tectonic Edge is better against this deck. This is what the deck will look like after sideboarding. So I got a mulligan, and I don't really got a great hand. Yes, I do got Sadistic Sacrament and Memoricide. Hopefully I get the mana so that I could be able to pull that off. Missing that crucial land drop. Getting Mana Leak's not a bad thing. I'm getting that Mana Leak out of there so I can't cast my key cards without fear of reprisal. Trying to pump up the Ratchet Bomb up to 6 so that way I could deal with this Titan when it comes out, as that seems to be his biggest threat. I'll hold on to Sadistic Sacrament. I have a feeling that he has a Mana Leak or some kind of counterspell. Too many Memoricide, so I'm just going to cast the Sadistic Sacrament. So we look at his deck. His main threats are the Wormcoil Engine. He has no Frost Titans here, so they're probably in hand. I'll take out the Stoic Rebuttal. And here comes the Frost Titan. I could have dealt with that with the Memoricide if I had the mana. It would have been pretty nasty, actually. And second Frost Time, this is not going to be good. It's pretty much a wrap at this point. He has Mono League in hand. I can't do nothing. Okay, got a beautiful hand here. 2 Duresses. That's sweet against this guy. Okay, got a Mono League and a Doomblade. Of course, Mono League's about to go. Don't get a 2-drop. I'll be casting another Duress. Oh, and get Mono League number 2. Oh, how sweet is that? Spreading Seas is going to make casting my rats very difficult. And that's the case, but at least I get the Mimic Vat out. Yeah, without my Proliferate, his Ratchet Bomb is a threat for the Mimic Vat. So I'm going to wait to cast the Hand of Praetors at the end of his turn so that I could cast another one again on my turn and swing in for 8 poison counters. I can also cast rats and then also get 2 poison counters attached to him, which would be nice. Okay, yeah, so I am going to lose it to the Ratchet Bomb, but he's at 7, which will put him on a pretty good clock. I got a Rats in hand that will put him at 8. Nice Sadistic Sacrament to take away any of his key threats. That was a mistake. I should have probably took the 2 Frost Titans and 1 Worm Coil Engine. As Frost Titan is more of a threat against my deck. That's a mistake I made. Hopefully I don't get penalized for that. And that's the case here. So hopefully I could try to proliferate him to death. I got the Throne of Geth that will take him out in 1 turn. I want that to be a surprise. Because he has to keep the rat held down. I'll skip the Ricks for the win. How sweet is that? No counter spell, yes. Okay, got a decent hand. Got two drops, 2 contagion class to deal with, but there it comes out. Enough mana to do it all. He could either have a Boros or Valakut deck based on the Terramorphic Expanse. On his Valakut. So I'm going to play as many creatures as possible so that way I can get as much damage in as possible before he gets his combo off. And it looks like he's going to get the Primordial Titan next turn, so I'm just going to have to mimic that. Hopefully I can survive whatever he throws at me. So that's 6 points of damage I'll have to deal with. Yeah, it's not looking good here. Once the Titan attacks, pretty much a done deal. And that's a wrap. I just got smooshed. That's the speed and the devastation of the Valakut deck. You gotta take care of that Primordial Titan. He can't come out and attack. I'm adding 4 copies of Memoricide, the All-Star against this deck, taking out Primordial Titan. I'm adding 2 Sadistic Sacraments. This is a deal with any singletons, the Gia's Revenge or Avenger's Zendikar. I'm adding 2 Tectonic Edges, replace the Quicksands as Tectonic Edges take care of Valakut. I'm adding in one Ratchet Bomb to deal with Avengers Zendikar tokens. I'm sideboarding out 3 Disfigures as this card is pretty worthless against Valakut. I'm taking out 2 Hand of Paraders. This card is not very powerful. The more that I play with this card, the less I feel that this is a constructive worthy card. Taking out 1 Contagion Class, as it is a powerful Proliferate engine, but not fast enough for Valakut. Taking out 2 Quicksands. I'm also taking out 1 Skithiryx, and expensive, and by the time you're able to cast him at 6, the game could be completely over. This is what the deck will look like after sideboarding. Got an excellent hand here for the Valakut deck. Got 2 early drops to get in poison counters, and I got Memoricide and the mana to cast it. This is about as good as it gets. Whether they could claw Mirror first, so you could get through. He's gonna want to block only once with the Overgrown Battlement. He wants to have that mana so he can cast the Promevio Titan. He doesn't know it's gonna get Memoricide to death. So that'll allow me to get 2 poison counters in. And then the Memoricide. Oh, 2 Memoricides, sweet. So no Titans in hand, oh well. I'll take out his threat and neuter his deck. What else does he have? He has a Gia's Revenge. There's no Avengers and Zendikar. Acidic Slime and Pyroclasm. I'll probably be taking the Pyroclasm next turn. That's the biggest threat against my board. Alright, take out the Tectonic Edge and neuter his deck some more. Yeah, this is going to be an uphill battle for this guy. Take out the Gia's Revenge and then 2 more Valakuts. Leaving only 1 left in the deck, and I got 3 Tectonic Edges, so I could take out that threat. It's looking very good here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to cast my other 2 creatures without fear of reprisal from a Pyroclasm. So I'm going to mulligan this hand in hopes I get a better draw. This one just ain't going to cut the mustard. This other one ain't going to do much better either. At least I got a Doomblade, so I can take care of the Promevio Titan if he does hit the board, stopping him from swinging in and killing me in 1 hit. I got my Memoricide, but I need that land. Great Gia's Revenge. The one card I didn't want to see. My only hope is to chump block him and slow him down. Maybe I'll be able to proliferate him to death. Good thing I am playing with the infect creatures, as they'll be able to block him and keep the counters on him permanently. Ouch. Yeah, this is not looking good. Yeah, missing these land drops is just killing me. I got 25 lands in the deck for this reason. And I definitely am not going to 26. Hopefully I get a creature or land, and it's not the case. This game's over with.